everybody. All right, we're gonna call this meeting to order. However, before we do that, we do the pledge, and then we're gonna kind of skip around a little bit for the students tonight. So everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Letting everybody know, we went into executive session to discuss the board vacancy screening and legal matters tonight. Came out at 5:58. But what we want to do, I'm going to adopt an agenda first, and then we're going to switch things around. So can I get a motion to adopt? Petra is first, Naomi is second, all in favor, 4 goes, we're good. Okay, thank you. So in the essence of all of our students here tonight, our parents are looking at us, they're like, let's go, and I want to see my kids, and I want to hear all the great things they did. So let's get at it. So we're going to switch things around. We're going to let athletics go first, so we're going to invite our athletic director, Mr. LeBar, up to start us off.
Mr. LeBar, do you want to drive, or you want me to drive?
If you want to proceed through the slideshow, that'd be great. I appreciate it. Thank you very much to the members of the Board of Education for allowing me to come here today to celebrate what has been a very successful fall season. So first and foremost, I got to apologize in advance. We did so much winning this year that it's going to be a bit of a presentation. That's a good problem to have, right? First of all, just wanted to touch on the numbers. If you go to the next slide, we had a tremendous number of athletes involved this year, which is great. We love to see more and more of our student body participating in interscholastic athletics. We could talk all night about the benefits that experience brings to our students, but we had almost 900 students involved with fall sports. They were spread across 36 teams and 10 different sports. And of course, recognizing the hard work of our coaches, well over 60 coaches involved this season. So we appreciate everything that they do so that our athletes can have a great experience. Certainly, we try to operate this department with the mentality that these are students first and athletes second. And that's something we take very seriously. And we're tremendously proud, first and foremost, of the success that our athletes also have in the classroom. Again, sometimes one of the benefits of athletics is that students tend to do better in academics when they participate in athletics. So as you can see up there, every single one of our varsity teams in the fall season met the requirements to be recognized as scholar athlete teams. So we're very proud of that. This requires that 75% of a team's roster have a GPA of 90 or higher. So kudos to our students for not only performing on the field, but in the classroom as well. Another several hundred students, 216 individual students will be recognized for their achievement individually, and we remain in the running throughout the school year to be recognized as a school of distinction, which happens if all varsity teams in all 3 seasons meet those requirements. So we're very proud of that for sure. First and foremost on the list, we'd like to talk a little bit about the tremendous success of our boys golf team. The boys team went 12-1 overall, 11-1 in the league, and they came in second in the Suburban Council. Came back from that second place finish in the Suburban to go ahead and win the section, and that's the second year in a row. So hats off to them for success in the section. I'd like to also recognize the tremendous leadership of new varsity coach Scott Lewis, who this year was his first year as our head varsity boys golf coach, and this season earned the Section 2 Coach of the Year. So let's give him a hand as well. You can see up there a list of tremendous accolades by a few of our individual golfers. So Kaya Chiarenza was first team All-Star and is going to be headed to the New York State Championship later on in the spring, summer. So super proud of him, as well as some of his teammates who were recognized as All-Stars as well. So if we could call up boys golf and Coach Lewis, we'd like to have you come up and be recognized.
Yeah, but everybody, good morning, guys. So we almost have everybody here. I'll kind of just use my phys ed voice on that.
You guys want to go around?
My coaching voice. Come right around over here. Just a tremendous group, was able to actually work with a lot of these guys at the JV level, and I've done it for 13 years. And it's just to see the growth that we've had and the support in our program that we've had over athletics, and everybody in the capital region, and all the support of all the golf courses, and all the junior programs that these guys are involved in. I've seen these guys swing from when they were this big, and now they're all tournament. So, it's super, super great to be able to see the growth from our lower end guys to all of our varsity seniors. We had 8 seniors this year, this is a big group, so we got a lot of rebuilding to do. But the time and effort that they put in is, nobody sees it, because there's so much off-season work that these guys put in, and it shows by just being in the spotlight all the time, and still playing under pressure was huge, and these guys never give up, and that's why the reason we were back-to-back Section 2 champions. They've lived it, they see it all the time, and they believe that they can always be on top, and that's why we're so successful this year. So, tremendous season. 8 out of 12 of our guys were scholar athletes as well. Kai is going on to his 2nd year at the state tournament, the 3rd one in on the left there, and he'll be representing Section 2 in our team out there in Rochester in June. So.
Here's one that's scoot in closer to his phone.
So Carla, you're gonna.
Yes.
Carla.
Sorry, Carla and Aaron. All right, everybody with me? Got it, thanks.
Awesome.
All right, thank you. Thanks for being here, guys.
Congrats, guys.
On the other side of the golf course, so to speak, we had tremendous success with our girls golf team as well. So we've invited them here to be recognized. Overall record of 10-4 this season for the girls team. Very nice addition to our program this year. The golf teams don't have necessarily a lower level team format to bring in some new youngsters to this new program. Girls golf is only a few years old here at Shen as well as in the league. And so we were able to start an intramural program to begin introducing some of our middle school golfers to the sport. And that was due in a big part to our coaches and our varsity athletes who worked alongside some of those young students to kind of introduce them to the game as role models. So very proud of that. Worked out well this year. We're going to look to continue that. Lots of success overall for the team, and then certainly a standout performance by senior Lila Zivak, who for the 2nd time will be returning to the New York State Championship this spring. And she also earned the title of League Individual Champion for the Suburban Council and Player of the Year. So come on up, girls golf.
Well, we have 9 people. Some are working, some are playing basketball tonight. But our program's quickly expanding. Come on over here, ladies. Our program's quickly expanding. We're working hard to develop the younger players coming up through, and the intramural program is going to be critical for us. So that investment, as well as the transportation coordination, working with Fairways at Half Moon has been great for us and great for our girls program, as well as girls golf in general. The rigors of the schedule is amazing, and it starts in August. We're ready to go, and we're playing matches as soon as 3 days into the fall season. And so that means they're working hard all summer, and we're coordinating everything that goes along, as well as the weather, to get these matches in before school even starts. So we don't have transportation issues, we don't have weather issues, and we try to get, I think this year we got 5 or 6 matches in before school even started. So we're well into the season when school starts, and then these guys, you know, when they come walking in, you know, off the bus, or they drive over to the course after school. You know, it looks like the military coming in. They got their golf bags, they got their book bags, they got their change of clothes, and they're just troopers. And we've had trailblazers in this program because we're only 7 years old, going into our 8th year next year. But these girls have continued to keep that trail blazing, and they're developing that path for the next generation. So we're proud of them, and they accomplish in the classroom as a scholar athlete team, and everybody in the league and section is very they greatly appreciate how our girls handle themselves in competition, which says a lot about their families and our school district. So we're proud of them in every aspect. Going back to state championship, it was a great experience last spring. We did very well. It was a great experience. We just got back from California with another tournament, off-season tournament, and we're looking forward to getting back out to Rochester in the spring. Maggie's gonna be our lone junior next year. Everyone else will be an underclassman below her. So we got some building to do, but Maggie's a great leader in herself, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna miss our seniors, as we always do, but we got a nice group of girls coming up through. So with that, if anyone would like to take a picture?
Yep.
You would.
Thank you.
Next up, we'd like to recognize our girls tennis team, who again had an outstanding fall season. Their overall team record, winning record of 11-5, and we had several athletes that went on to accomplish some amazing things. Alicia Shi and Yuni Kwan progressed through to the semifinal round in doubles in the Section 2 championship, which was a nice push deep into that sectional championship. And then perhaps the highlight of the season, Jolie Chichak, a 9th grader, not only won the individual Section 2 championship, but went on through a multi-day tournament to become the New York State individual tennis champion. And just to put that in perspective as to how big of an accomplishment that was, she is the first individual champion from anywhere in Section 2 since 1998, and she is the first individual state champion from Shen. So. I think Coach Hanley had a conflict this evening. I don't know if he's here. I know he mentioned he may not be able to, but he wanted to send his regards as well. But Jolie, just can't say enough about what you accomplished, and looking forward to years ahead in your career. So congratulations to all.
I won't pretend I know tennis, but I'll stand next to the champ, for sure.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Next up, we move on to volleyball. Our programs have had tremendous success year after year, and that was no different this year. Starting with boys volleyball, a 23-4 record, 15-1 in the league. They were Suburban Council champions, Section 2 champions, regional champions, and went on to the state tournament to make a big push into the semifinals, finishing up 3rd place in all of New York State. We had a handful of the team members, to no surprise, get some accolades as individuals, as you guys can see up there on the screen, but it was a pleasure to watch their run. Had some very dramatic games and really pulled it off when under pressure. So big congrats to boys volleyball. If we give boys volleyball a smile.
Okay, congrats. Right over the champions win.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello.
I feel like you were just here.
It's cool. So we do have 21 players on our team, but I think I picked the only ones that I like. I'm kidding. We had a lot of really great people on our team this year, and I'll say our 2 goals that we strive for each day is to be a great person and to do your best, and we really have that as our underlying foundation. And I will tell you that every day was a struggle for each player, and I'm not just talking about athletically, but really striving towards that goal, because when we hit those pressure moments, pulling together was the ultimate skill, all the way up until the end. And the state tournament run was fun. It was exciting. It had its bumps, and breakdowns literally on the way with the bus breaking down. But it's okay, because we were used to having adversity and kind of rolling with it, which is good. So we appreciate the support of the athletic department, Ms. LeBaire, and Board of Education, all the things that you do that are unseen behind the scenes in supporting athletics here at Shenendehowa. For our community members, especially the parents and all the fans and grandparents and siblings that would come to the games and watch. Special thank you to our athletic trainer, Shannon Kane, who literally held our team together with tape, which was good. Every day we had boys down there getting the treatment that they needed so they could perform. So it was fun. Again, thank you for the support. It was a great ride.
Congrats, guys.
Next up, of course, girls volleyball, who also had a tremendous season and a deep run into the postseason as well. You just go to that next girls volleyball. 21-7 record overall. They were undefeated in the Suburban Council League. They were, of course, Suburban Council champions. Like boys, became Section 2 champions and regional champions with some dramatic wins. Went on to the state championship and pushed their way through to finishing in the semifinal round. Again, third place in all of the state. Tremendous number of individual athletes from the girls team as well, as you can see up there on the slide. Many of them recognized on first team All-Stars, second team All-Stars, honorable mention. One that I do want to take a moment to point out, Hadley Ennis actually was recognized as an all-state tournament team and also as an All-American, which is a true honor for her. And again, lots of other folks on the team being recognized as well. So big hand to girls volleyball, all of those ladies. They brought the squad, that's great to see. Congratulations.
Bring this down for me. I just want to thank the Board of Education for recognizing us, and thank you to Mr. LeBar for all his support throughout the season. It's definitely a rigorous season. We travel across the state. We host teams from across the state just to get that experience. I have an amazing coaching staff with April Newman and Nicole Adams, who's a former Shen volleyball alumni, now a part of us. And, we graduated some really top-notch seniors last year, and no one expected us to get back to this place. And I will tell you, we have amazing senior leadership, and half of our team is in grades 8th, 9th, and 10th grade. So no one expected us to get back there, and we did it. And I would say that that's a testament to the hard work that they put in our gym day in and day out. And our coaching staff, of course, too, like working to build and improve these players. And we just couldn't be more proud of them for getting that experience, getting back to the state tournament, and just having a tremendous, tremendous season. So thank you for recognizing them tonight.
Got it. Thank you.
I think it's a mom.
Great job, ladies.
All right, next up we move to the pool, to girls swimming and diving. The girls came in third in Section 2, and you can just kind of get a testament to how competitive our section is. third in the section, but at one point during the season were ranked in the top 10 in all of the state. They were able to send 8 individuals to the state championship is what we're here to recognize, some state qualifiers. So you can see the list there across many different events, and we had some of those folks had some tremendous success out of the state championship. So we'd like to call up girls swimming and diving. I guess they weren't able to make it this evening. Moving on to one of our most successful teams this fall, truly inspiring, girls cross country. Girls cross country had a league record of 10-2. They had an overall record of 32-2. They went on to become Section 2 champions. They proceeded past that to become regional champions. Then they went to the New York State Championship. And for the first time in many years, perhaps in Shen history, I believe, New York State champions, both as individual and team. So we had not only a state title as a team, which is amazing enough in its own right, but then we also had one of our athletes come in as the individual winner of the state championship. So cross country and a few other sports are one of those that actually have a way to proceed past the state championship to the federations. And that is a championship between the public schools, private schools, New York City schools, the best of the best in all of New York State. And happy to report that for the first time in Shen history, they won the federation as well. That federation meet also serves as the NXR Regional Championship, and so that punched our team's ticket to the Nike Cross Nationals in Portland, Oregon. So our girls went out to Portland along with coaching staff and competed there and did tremendously out in Portland. I'll have Coach tell a little bit more about that. But again, a big shout out to the girls in general, and they were led by Layla Boucherie, who again took first place in the section, first place in the state race, first place in federation. And again, just a testament to the teamwork of all of those ladies running together to achieve something that's never been done in Shen history. So girls cross country, come on up.
Good evening. 22 weeks was the course of the season. So we flying out to Oregon, 5-hour flight, 2-hour flight, Atlanta, and Portland. And after 22 weeks, these guys found a way to do homework the entire flight. The reason it took me 6 years to get my undergrad. But so at 22 weeks is a long time to do anything. It's a long time to do anything well. It's a long time for a high schooler to concentrate on anything. And these guys at the end of 22 weeks were sad that I think it was over and moving on to the next thing. So just a couple things that I wrote I didn't want to forget about. So the Federation Championship, Shenendehowa had never won in school history. We had a bunch of runner-ups back in the 90s. And in my time here coaching, we have been runner-up 5 times. And so it's a 5,000 meter race, 3.1 miles. They go up a mountain and down a mountain. There's a lot of mud involved. It's probably one of the toughest courses in the entire country. And at the halfway, 2 points separated our team and Bethlehem and Gilman. Two points, that's it. We knew it would be close, but we knew we were a second half race type of team, and they executed really well. So we have a freshman, Alex, who in the last half of the race passed 31 people. We have a senior who's not here. She's got a band concert tonight. She passed 5 people in the last quarter mile. And it was won by 1 point. Every single one of those places is a team point. So it was pretty cool. I'm waiting on my phone, refreshing results. Like, you know, it takes a little while for them to pull out the individuals. So definitely just a highlight in that win. I just want to also talk about the team wins: Suburban Council Championship, Section 2 Championship, Class A State Championship, Federation Championship. but we had an individual win all those races as well. First time in school history, Layla Boucher is going to Notre Dame, and I want to highlight another senior, Courtney Kowicki, who's so excited about me saying her name. She's going to University of Connecticut this coming year. And then lastly, to end the streak, 22 weeks in Portland. It's a 5,000 meter race. They give you scores every 1,000 meters. Our girls really kind of went for it, and they were in 6th at the 1,000 mark and 7th at the 2K. They end up 12th among the best teams in the country, but definitely a season I won't ever really forget. So they did a lot of work.
Thanks, Coach. Moving on to soccer, another realm where we had great success across both sides of the program. Boys soccer had a season of 9-4-3 with a league record of 7-4-2. And then, you know, this is a team that I had a chance to see a lot of this year. And one thing I mentioned to Coach at the end was just, it was very obvious the progressive growth that they had throughout the season. And that's testament to the kids never giving up and working hard, and Coach doing the right thing to steer them in the right direction. So they continually improved as the season went on, and that was shown by their late season push. They were co-champions of Section 2, came down to an extended penalty kick round, so it was tied after several overtimes, went to penalty kicks, still tied, came down to extended penalty kicks, and so they were declared co-champions of Section 2. They went on to play in a regional game and came in second in the region. So finishing up this year ranked 8th in the state, and again, co-champions of Section 2 and second place in regionals. Several of their individual team members were recognized for various all-star accolades that you can see up there. And so I'd like to go ahead and invite up Coach Bain and boys soccer.
First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to the Board of Ed for having us come in. It's always a pleasure to be here. And thank you to Mr. LeBaire for everything that you do, and also to the board. You know, our facilities are just top notch. To have those 2 gorgeous turf fields, then you get to see like your mod teams play on them, and then the training facility, or excuse me, the training room and the weight room and all that. It's like college level stuff. So thank you so much for that, and thank you to the parents that are here and everything that you did all season. For me, it was a really enjoyable season, and I have to first and foremost point out the team captains. So Connie, my eye here, Gabe. This is one of the most cohesive teams that I've had, and I think that's the reason why all of a sudden we made that run. And this is one of the most resilient teams. We go down a goal, and then they claw their way back. We go down another one, they claw their way back. So I think, you know, the credit is due to these 2 gentlemen right here. However, on Sunday, we were at the Section 2 soccer banquet, and Connie was nominated as one of the all-regional team players, which means that from Maine to Virginia, he's one of the best high school players in the country. But overall, like I said, you know, I was sad to see the season end. Sure, you want to win every game, but I kind of reflected back, and it was more of, I just really enjoyed being around this group of players. And we kind of fed off each other, and, you know, just when we needed them to come through, they did almost every single time. And I don't know if I've ever gone to 11 penalty kicks in a game. I think that's definitely our max. And, you know, I didn't tell them this, but I get all the apologetic texts after from other coaches, like, we can't believe you didn't win that game. And I'm like, it doesn't make it any better. But they were literally like, you know, so close to being in the Final Four. So boys, congratulations.
Got it, thank you.
Good job, guys.
Thanks, Coach. All right, next up, we had a tremendous season for our girls soccer team as well. They were 13-3-1 overall with a 9-1-1 league record. They were Suburban Council champions. They were sectional finalists, coming in second in a heartbreaker of a game. We saw that a lot in soccer this year. They came down to a finish that was a real tough one to swallow, because I think they would have pushed very, very far into postseason play. But again, Suburban Council champions, a very young team. Several players on the team from middle school, which is not common here at Shannon at the varsity level, and not just members of the team, but performers and contributors to the team as well. I think you can see by the long list of accolades of individuals up there just how much talent is on this team. They were a pleasure to watch. And I have to give a big shout out to our girls soccer coaching staff. As a whole, they did such a great job, not just on the field, but with team chemistry, with team building, with social media, you name it. Very, very involved. And one that I want to highlight for sure is Coach Nursberger got her 300th career win this season. Let's give her a hand. Girls soccer, come on up.
So I always tell these guys I'll go anywhere with this crew, phenomenal crew of young women that will be women to watch in the future for sure. And to Ms. Oliveira's focus, the attention to detail from the coaching staff to every single student athlete has been remarkable this year, and it's just been a tremendous pleasure to be a part of. Thank you guys for creating an opportunity for these guys to fail, to succeed, to thrive, to learn, to grow, to lead. And to what Coach Bain said, the facilities, state of the art. It's like we're splitting hairs. Do we want to play on the best turf field or the best grass field? Oh geez, what was us, right? And I tell them that all the time too. We have the best of the best, and just don't take it for granted, right? Lean into every opportunity and everything that we have. Thank you for the support from everybody, from the leadership down. It really matters. These guys have the opportunity to, like I said, succeed and fail, but in the classroom, right, the opportunities are endless. On the field, they're endless. But in the leadership realm, I think it's important that they have the opportunity to learn and fail as well. And it's going to be an exciting crew to watch moving forward. As Mr. LeBaire mentioned, we've got a 7th grader on the team for the first time in the history of the program. Where's Callie? Cal, step forward for us. Ashley Barone, who graduated, was with us 20 years ago. She's a member of the New York State Hall of Fame. She's a member of the Santa Hall of Fame. She was our last 8th grader in the program. And Molly and Emily, I think, have basketball and a band concert tonight. They couldn't be here, but really some young kids in our program that usually are, it's just not the case. But to our seniors, can I have all my seniors step out, please? Come on forward. So the success and the chemistry that people allude to, come on out here with you guys. We're missing a few, but these folks are the reason it all was possible, and I can't sing their praises enough. Their diverse leadership that they brought to the table as individuals, they were inclusive, they were kind, they really led with a high demand of excellence, and but with a over-layering of kindness and inclusion the entire time. It was really, really fun to watch, and I attribute all of our success on the field, off the field, team chemistry to our senior leadership. So great job. And the last thing I'll add with is this crew half left, but come on back out here, seniors. It's hard to put into words those final moments, and our last game, we missed 27 shots. I mean, that is a heartbreak. We hit every post. We hit a post so hard that I thought about questioning if the ball actually went over the goal line. It was just a heartbreak. They controlled every aspect of the game. The game just didn't go our way, which is the brutality of the game of soccer. These guys, nobody would leave. As the bus pulled away, it was like from a movie. Everybody was standing there crying. Nobody wanted the season to be over. These guys who in their career I've asked to do fitness time and time again, they said, Coach, can we go over the track or go over the turf and run one last 120? And the senior class did it holding hands, running down the entire turf at 11 o'clock at night. So that's a testament to these guys, and I thank you very much for that opportunity. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
You go first.
Yeah, crying the whole time. Oh my God.
Can you fit all of us? Yeah. Wait, one more. You're all in there. Okay, got it.
Congrats, thanks, Coach.
So as is the tradition here at Shen, we invite teams to be recognized here in person who have accomplished a suburban championship, a sectional championship, a state championship, state qualifiers. But I would be remiss if we didn't take just a moment to run through the success of some of our other parts of the program in the fall. Lots of tremendous success, besides just those accolades that bring folks here in person. So football had a wonderful season. I had the pleasure of joining the banquet for a short time yesterday. They finished the season at 8-2 with a 6-1 league record, a very, very difficult schedule and a tremendous success for them. They came in second place in the Suburban Council, third place in Section 2. And you can see the long list of individual accolades. So very, very proud of football this year. Lots accomplished by them, both as individuals and as a team, and they're just a pleasure to work with a great group of young men. Cheerleading as well, we participate in game day cheerleading in the fall. The competitive season comes in during the winter. But again, our football games would not be the same without them. Tremendous performances and skills shown by the cheerleaders at all of our home football games. They did some special events for senior night, for homecoming routines, so we want to thank our cheerleaders as well. Boys cross country was a young team that's growing, and they had a successful season, 8-5 overall in the league, and we had a couple of young runners go on to be Suburban Council All-Stars, so we want to make sure to shout them out as well. Field hockey, a very young team coming in and rebuilding, had a successful season. They were 7-10 overall, but definitely some highlights in that season. They came in fourth in Section 2. Again, you can see there are only 3 seniors on the team, so there's a lot promising in the future. One of the highlights of their season is they played a Burnt Hills team who went on to become state champions, and they played them in a very close game, only taking a 1-0 loss. Some of their individual athletes recognized as all-stars as well, so we want to make sure to recognize their season and the hard work that those students put in. I wanted to take just a moment to talk about a few of the events that happened this fall off the field, so to speak, with our athletic department, and this one is a big shout out to lots of people who make these things happen. It's certainly a team effort when we do some special events, and so just a few to mention. We were able to bring back a full Hall of Fame banquet this year. There had always been a large-scale banquet for our Hall of Fame to recognize those folks who are honored with such a prestigious recognition into the Athletic Hall of Fame. It had kind of gone to the wayside during COVID, so we were glad to bring that back and have a very successful large banquet to welcome in a new class of inductees, and we look forward to doing that again next fall. Homecoming is always a lot of fun, and this year, once again, was a lot of success. Lots of different teams involved with many different activities to celebrate the fall and homecoming, so that's certainly worth mentioning. And then I want to thank Dr. Wilson Turner as well as Mrs. McKenna for joining me on a fall sports tour early in the season. Those folks were able to come and share a few words of inspiration and do some meeting and greeting with our teams as they got started with their fall season. I know our athletes very much respect and appreciate that, so thank you for your time doing that. Next up, we were able to have our fall signing ceremony. So we usually have a larger spring ceremony, but we were able to recognize, in this case, 6 very talented young ladies who will be moving on to play at the collegiate level. So again, big congratulations to all of our athletes, but especially those who are able and willing to play at the next level, which takes a lot of commitment and dedication that I think we all recognize. We also, again, as I mentioned at the beginning, really keep a focus on making sure that we support our athletes, not just in their athletic career, but in the other aspects of their life. And so a couple of special programs that I just want to mention briefly that we were able to institute this fall. One was for parents. Sometimes navigating that process of looking to pursue athletics beyond high school can be intimidating. And so with the help of Mr. Agostinoni and as well as some outside resources, we were able to bring in some presentations for parents during open house to get a little bit of information about the college recruitment and college athletic process. So I think that was well received, it was helpful, it was well attended. We also did a nice event in conjunction with Saratoga County Sheriff's Office. They were able to obtain an exclusive interview with Henry Ruggs, who was a all-star standout NFL receiver who unfortunately made a poor decision in his life to drive under the influence, had an accident, and actually went to prison for a woman who died in that crash, but has since looked to try to spread the message so that others don't lead down that same path. And so the Saratoga County Sheriffs were able to come and present some clips of that interview with Henry Ruggs and talk to a large group of our athletes about the dangers of driving under the influence and driving impaired. And so that was well received. We were glad to see our coaches bring a lot of our athletes to come attend that event here at the high school. So we thank the Saratoga County Sheriffs for their involvement to help us with that program was certainly a very valuable and powerful message. One that I did want to mention that hasn't happened yet, but it's coming up in just a few weeks is big credit to a student group actually. We have a capstone class here that has student-led projects, and this particular group of students wanted to pursue the idea of raising awareness of mental health struggles, particularly for athletes. Certainly something that we recognize for all of our students, but especially for athletes. And so they're going to have, we're going to have a presenter here at the high school in a few weeks for a during the day presentation, primarily to our athletes about recognizing and being aware of mental health struggles, as well as providing some resources that they can pursue should they have the need. So we're glad to try to provide that support as well. And that's where I really just want to finish, but I do have to take a moment, just like our coaches did while they were up here, to just offer some thanks to a lot of people around the Shen District. So first of all, I'd like to thank the Board of Education, Dr. Cecily Wilson-Turner, our Deputy Superintendent, Mrs. McKenna, and really all of our district leadership for their support of athletics. As I've come into this role, it's been refreshing that across the board, it's been support for what we do, and ultimately what we do is try to support our students in their pursuits. So thanks to them. Thanks to our coaches. Coaching is not an easy task. It's something that you put in countless hours, and you do it because you have a passion to serve kids. And so we really appreciate our coaches who work hard, and nothing would be possible without the support of our parents and our community members, who sacrifice parts of their lives to make sure that our athletes can have access to all of the things that we offer here in our department. So again, a big thank you to all those folks, and finally I got to thank in my department my faculty managers and my administrative assistant, Mrs. Brown, who are tremendously important to what we do here in Shen Athletics. So again, thank you for your time. Hats off to all of these athletes and what they've accomplished this fall, and thank you for having me here this evening.
So before I let you all go, I jotted down a few things, and it's real quick, guys. Listen, your championships represent far more than your wins. They reflect discipline, sacrifice, teamwork, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. You made our school and our community incredibly proud. So I'm gonna ask us to stand up for a second and recognize all of you. Now, I know you've got a lot of schoolwork and homework to do, so we'll give you a few minutes. So I'm sure you don't want to stay here another hour and a half, or maybe you do, and you can. So we'll let you go. We'll take a minute for recess. Yes, I'm sure. So as we go back to our regularly scheduled programming, I'm gonna go back now to the beginning of the agenda. So in my announcements, I just wanna say a few things, and of course, in the spirit of transparency, what the board team and myself have tried to do throughout, the last couple of months is, make sure the community is aware. We have two kind of big rocks in front of us, that one we didn't anticipate and one we did. So the super search for our superintendent leading into 2026 has been full underway. Many of you know that's listening in the ether is that we've done our community forums, we've taken surveys, multiple over weeks. So we're at the point now that if you look on our website, you will see we have the big flag that says superintendent search. Basically, it's our standby on our page, our new web page. So at this point, we are starting to collect candidates that are coming forward to be interviewed. That is where we are at now. We will be also posting a letter, a big thank you letter to the public for taking the time, giving their feedback, and the opportunity to hear from everybody on what they feel we should be looking for in our next superintendent and the future of Shenendehowa. So thank you all for that. The second announcement I do want to make, in all full transparency, as we all know, the board vacancy, we are continuing to look for our 7th member, and in doing so, that was part of our conversation tonight. So just a little bit of a review is we put the letter of interest out to the community. We had candidates come forward. From there, our district clerk, Kathy Wentmore Chase, had sent back to those candidates questions that they would need to answer in a timely manner. The candidates that wished to do so did so, and that was this past week, the 11th they were due. And what we've done tonight is narrow our search and our candidates that we will move forward in the interview process. They will receive notification that they will be invited to a January 13th meeting where our team will sit down and interview everybody in the public, and then the board will deliberate and we will announce our next board member on January 13th. So I want to thank each and everyone around the table tonight. There's only a few of us left. But honestly, when you talk about consensus building and what I witnessed tonight, thank you. Truly a board that comes from different avenues that have different thoughts, but we're truly able to make a great difference and make great decision making. So I'm proud of you all. So thank you. All right. We adopted an agenda. Okay, now we're going to move on to, let's go to students.
Okay, so after all those announcements, I feel like mine are a little bit more boring, but so it seems like we just got back from break, but now next week is going to be winter break. So now there's like a lot of tests, because we don't want to have a test over break, like that'd be kind of weird, and like you have to study over break, and no one wants to do that. And there's a band concert concert at 7 today. That's where Grant went, actually. He's the pianist for the jazz band, so, yeah. And then midterms happened, so, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Maddie?
Hi, friends. The Senate just had our end of year holiday party, so a lot of us got together and we ate a lot of snacks, and we also discussed the snowball, which we have 2 of our snowball committee heads, and they have decided on the theme Northern Lights for the snowball dance, which takes place in early February. So they're really just starting off with the project. It really gets going in January, but they're just, like picking the theme, obviously, and finding like chaperones for the dance. That's mainly what they're working on. Spirit Week is currently underway before the holidays, and a big thing that the Senate has currently done is that in late September, the Senate, within the PTSA organization, applied for a national PTSA grant, and us, along with 20 other national PTSAs, were granted $5,000 to create a mental health field day for Shen. So currently, we're going to start that project in January, and it's going to take place in late May. So that's going to be a really big project that the Senate and with them, the PTSA is going to be undertaking in the new year. That's all.
Great stuff, Maddie.
Exciting. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome. Can we hear more about that? Okay, so let's go to board announcements or board comments. Mrs. Thompson, do you have anything tonight?
I wanna wait till we hear from Mike.
Okay, just bring the microphone close to you, so.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's okay.
What did you, I'm
I would
sorry.
like to wait till iPad comes up.
Oh, sure, of course.
Oh, for iPhone.
Yeah, yeah. Mrs. Hoffman?
Yes, at first, I think you're gonna talk about it too, but I wanted to thank the district for sending out the newsletter. Excuse me, I cannot clear my throat. Also watching the athletic, all of our athletes come up. In the newsletter, it's also recognized our soccer team. Was it from, I don't have the newsletter in front of me, but was it 1991?
Was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That was inducted. And of course, you're looking at all these young, wonderful athletes, and, they've all worked very hard to be here tonight. So, it would be so exciting to see them come back and to be recognized in this way. But I just had that moment, hearing how much they've accomplished. That was very exciting. Of course, many of us have children that have been part of athletics, and we know how hard they work. And so, I think it's so important to recognize that work. That was it.
I'll hold it later.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to hold as well. I'll do the good of the order. So from there, our public, I don't know if we have anybody in the public that wants to speak. This is an opportunity for residents to address the Board of Education. The board reminds residents that the public comment portion of our meeting is only one item in a long agenda. We therefore ask that each speaker be as succinct as possible and that remarks be limited to 2 to 3 minutes. In an effort to ensure that the widest number of community viewpoints were heard, the board asked members of groups or the public to withhold comment if their viewpoints have already been presented. We would also expect that residents speak in a respectful and courteous manner so as to model proper civility and decorum for our students. Comments or questions regarding a specific staff member or student are confidential and will not be allowed or addressed by the board. District residents may also send questions, comments via voe@shenschools.org. All questions, comments come into the Office of Public Information and are shared with the board and the superintendent. Policy questions, concerns are typically addressed by the board president. Operational questions, concerns are typically addressed by the superintendent and or designee. And when you come up, please provide your name and address in the event follow-up is necessary. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Hi.
My name is Chris Dooley. Did you need my address as well?
Yep, please.
28 Goldfield Lane in Rexford. As a proud parent, I stand in front of you tonight for 2 reasons. The first, to thank you for acknowledging the accomplishments of our fall athletes who achieved success throughout the season, one of which who happened to be my son. But there's several other athletes that the AD had mentioned that were able to compete this fall in other sports that weren't as fortunate to win a Suburban Council championship, a sectional title, or compete for a state tournament. They were supported by the school administration, the athletic department, and their fellow students. All our athletes have the opportunity to represent themselves, the Shenendehowa School District, in Section 2. That brings me to my second reason I'm here tonight. I'm a parent of a hockey player here at Shen, so I'm sure you've read the news. My son and his teammates, most of which have been skating since they were in kindergarten, have had the dream of pulling on a Shen jersey, the dream of playing for the white and green in front of the packed rink of fellow students, families, and young kids pounding on the glass like they used to do when they were small. but that chance for them to play the sport they love and learn all the valuable lessons that sports teach them is in jeopardy. We need a voice of reason to help push our Section 2 administrators, the state athletic administrators, and the Eastern New York National Ice Hockey Officials Association to do what is right for our students. The Section 2 parents have offered to pony up the additional cost for the referees while the dispute is being settled, and that has been shut down. Sorry, Kate's
No,
paycheck.
you're fine, no.
As elected officials of the school board, I'm pleading that you get involved and assist our families with a resolution. On a night where we gather to celebrate the athletic achievements of our fall athletes, it's a shame that some of your winter athletes may not get the same opportunity to compete. And for the 10 senior boys, this is their last season, the last opportunity they have to enjoy practice with their teammates, work towards a collective goal, and get a chance for those pregame butterflies. Then there's the business aspect of this negotiation. The current proposal of having non-Section 2 refs officiate games will increase the cost for all Section 2 schools, including Shen. I know that our athletic director, who's working behind the scenes on this, has mentioned how much support they've gotten from the board, and I'm here to represent the hockey parents to ask that you please help in any way you can to help resolve this issue. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for your comments. I'm emotional this time of year, I don't know what my problem is, okay. Anywho, okay, Dr. Wilson-Turner with your comments.
So good evening. This is one of my favorite nights of the year because of the presentations that we have. It's always great to see really the fruits of our labor from the fall sports season and the opportunities that we're able to offer to our students both in the classroom and on the field. And we cherish the opportunity for each athlete to compete and not have to think about anything else when they are on that field. We are committed to ensuring that students have a particular experience here, and we will endeavor to make sure that they have that particular experience here. And so tonight's presentation is the fall athletics presentation, and then it's the IPAC new courses, right? And so I said when I first got here, it was brilliantly put together because it really highlights all the opportunities that we try to create for our students, both curricularly and extracurricularly. And so tonight is no exception. We will have both, and Ms. McKenna will come forward in a little bit to share what we are bringing forward for IPAC, even though a little conservative this year in light of some bigger projects that we have on the horizon, still some really exciting ideas that will come through to continue to support our students in their endeavors to be as excellent as they can be. As Mr. LeBaire mentioned, we had the chance to visit the varsity football celebration last night, and it was just an opportunity again to honor our students and how they show up for us in the community, and how our children who are not able to play yet at the high school level look up to them in the community and really serve as role models. And so it's awesome that our students are both scholars and athletes, but as one of the coaches mentioned, really working on being good people, right, who represent the characters that we want our students to represent. So all wonderful opportunities, really the highlight of the role that I get to play this year. We made it through our first big winter storm very early in the school year, so thanks to everyone and their support as we navigated the weather. We are going to get a lot of weather over the next couple of months, and so please stay tuned to your appropriate channels, our social media channels, our websites, to ensure that you know what's happening at Shen, but we endeavor to be open when the roads are safe for us to be open. Last but not least, in a few minutes, actually I think next, we'll get to honor a tenure recommendation of one of our elementary principals, and we're very happy that Ms. DeSenza is here with us this evening. I'm excited to grant her and recommend her for tenure and for all of her hard work at Chango. And last but not least, I don't want to miss this opportunity to wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. And I know the next few weeks will be busy in a flurry of activity, but please take the time to enjoy time with your loved ones, to rest, recuperate, and get ready for the new year. And Ms. Leah will come forward.
Okay, great. As you mentioned, we do have one tenure recommendation tonight, and that is for Michelle DeSenda, who is our principal at Chango Elementary School.
Yes, I will, yes. I'm voting up. I'm on that whole hockey thing. Okay, anyhow, all right, can I have a motion to vote? Naomi's first, Carla's second. All in favor? Thank you, sorry.
Wonderful, so we'll invite
Yes,
Michelle up.
please come on, yes.
Very good, thank you.
All right, sunshine you are.
You are. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yay, Michelle.
Yay.
You know, the one thing about Michelle, we go up and we do the community conversations, and I just love it because it just stands out in my mind when we go to Chango. Her colleagues and her peers are there to support her. Yes, it's an unwritten rule, the administrator should be there, but they all come. And they all come and they all sit there and say, Michelle is just, again, a bright, bright ray of sunshine. So, and just, they love working with her. So hats off, Michelle, you've done a tremendous job, and congratulations.
Thank you.
She is.
Next up, we'll have Ms. McKenna with an IPAC update.
Good evening, everyone. I am actually sharing the stage with Mr. Davis, my colleague and partner in this work. So good evening, and I am excited to be here tonight to present updated and proposed high school courses reviewed through the IPAC process. I have to say this was my first time going through the IPAC process, and in my 32 years, I've never been through such a comprehensive process to make recommendations to the board for new courses. So I just want to say kudos to this district for such a strong process. So these recommendations align to the Shen Learning Framework, respond to student interest and pathways, and reflect thoughtful staffing and budget considerations. The purpose of tonight's presentation is to share new and updated course proposals, highlight instructional value, pathway alignment, and fiscal impact, seek board approval, and then also provide you with budget-dependent courses for future consideration. I'm going to have Matt walk you through the course recommendations for high school science, for anatomy and physiology, high school writing center, and writing center advanced. So exciting, I can't wait for you to hear about it. Summer CEIP, an introduction to musical theater, and then an updated course title and credentialing in the English department. So I will turn it over to Matt.
Thanks. All right, good evening. So over the last several years, we have added a number of electives, and at this point, dozens of college and the high school courses to the program of studies. It's been an exciting opportunity to help lead this work in collaboration with our academic administrators and the Deputy Superintendent's Office. And my job within this is to kind of shepherd courses through the process. So I work with academic administrators and teachers to help them prepare for the IPAC process, and then guide people along the way to help courses get approved. So I want to talk about the courses that are on the slide tonight. Anatomy and physiology has been a long time coming. When I first arrived at Shen and we looked at potential science electives, that was one of the first electives that we talked about adding to the program of studies. And part of why it took 3 years to do is because taking that typically college level course and making it into an accessible high school level course is challenging. And so the curriculum development that went into that took a while, and we had to find the right teachers to do the work. But this year, Jean Lorch and her team were able to do that, and anatomy and physiology will be a full year course. And many times when we add electives, we like to do those as semester courses to give students more opportunities and choices. But we felt that anatomy and physiology was worthy of a full year. And we also made the decision not to credential this course for college and the high school credit very explicitly. many colleges will require students to repeat anatomy and physiology if they take it at the high school level, because it is one of those courses that colleges want you to take concurrently with other courses like maybe an organic chemistry class or a biology class, especially if you're going for a pre-med or nursing type of field. So again, very excited to bring this course on board, anatomy and physiology, and I think that this will fit nicely into our health sciences pathway that we already offer. We added medical terminology last year, and that course is completely full. We had a wait list of over 25 students to take it, and many of those students have expressed interest in taking anatomy and physiology. The course will be open to 11th and 12th grade students, with a preference for 12th grade students if we have a wait list, and students will take this course concurrently with a senior science course, such as physics and possibly AP biology, depending on the student. So we next have the Writing Center course. So Kathy Sherwin and her team proposed this course based on the model of the College Writing Center, which we thought was a great opportunity to bring this program to Shen. So there are several high schools in the Capital Region, North Colony being one of them, that offer a high school writing center and have found it to be really beneficial for students. So you'll see up there we have Writing Center and Writing Center Advanced. So these courses are going to be co-seated, which means that there will be students who are taking Writing Center for the first time, at the same time as there are students who are in the next level of the course. So I think that'll be a great opportunity to develop student leaders who will be able to really lead the work of the Writing Center, which is going to be all about supporting students who come to this space, which will be offered during the third block, so that it's available during student lunches, to get support on writing assignments across content areas. So this will not be limited just to English writing assignments, but it will also be available for social studies, electives, and any other course with a writing assignment that might be attached to it. The Writing Center will also support our college essay clinics for students who are working on essays as part of college applications. So it will be broadly encompassing multiple content areas and meeting student needs, which we're really excited to be able to offer this course.
So it's not something that kids can go into to work on something. It is, you sign up for it with your counselor, and it's for the...
So they won't have to sign up with a counselor.
Okay.
So it's different from the tutoring model that we offer right now through the counseling center, the peer tutoring model. So this would be something, and I think that Mrs. Sherwin will probably be working with the teacher to develop a process for this, where students will have an opportunity for drop-in support, and then there will also be opportunities to make an appointment. So it'll be a hybrid model in that way.
And I just add one thing, and it's also one of the key issues here is that it's gonna reach so many more students for the help that they might want, or like you said, their college essay, there's space, there are teachers, there are students who are gonna be helping other students. So we're reaching so many more people at the same time.
I mean, like, for preparing your college essays, I thought the way it worked is that your English courses allowed time for that, but I always wondered, was that enough, And it sounds like this will be stepping in to help with that as well.
So all of our senior level English courses do provide support in class for writing the college application essay. And right now, we also offer college essay clinics that take place after school, but they ebb and flow. Sometimes they're well attended, sometimes they're poorly attended, and it really just depends on the year. And a lot of the issue is that many of our students are not available directly after school, especially if they're participating in any of our athletic teams or have a part-time job or any other responsibilities directly after school ends. So we think that the Writing Center will be a model that will be more equitable and accessible to all students, especially given that it's going to be offered during third block. So next up, we have Summer CEIP. So CEIP stands for Career Exploration Internship Program. We offer this course right now during the fall and spring semesters. It is my personal favorite course at Shen and just across New York State, because this is an opportunity for students to go either on campus or off campus and have an internship while they are in high school. I think that this course aligns with our Shen goals, but also just our goals as an educational system to prepare students for life after high school. So this course has some challenges. So the teachers of this course are tasked with the role of securing internships for the students who sign up. And they don't always know who has signed up until pretty much the start of the school year, and then it takes some time to acquire and build those relationships to get those internships up and running. So for example, this year we have students that requested internships with an attorney, and of course there's sensitive nature to much of the legal profession, and so it took a while, but their internship started last week, and they're going to be working in that attorney's office, interning there for the next several weeks until the end of the semester. So our goal in bringing on summer CEIP is to add to the number of students who are able to actually take this course. So though we're not going to be able to offer this course in the summer of 2026 due to budget limitations, we hope to be able to offer it starting in the summer of 2027. And we also hope to be able to offer limited transportation to internship sites as part of this course. Right now, students do have to provide their own transportation to internship sites because the course and the internship are offered during dismissal time, which makes it impossible for us to set aside a bus and a driver to take students to internship sites. So we think this will again expand the number of students able to take summer CEIP, and also, again, make it more equitable for those students who may not have transportation available to be able to have an internship. And lastly, we have a new course in the music department, Introduction to Musical Theater. Mr. Roselli and his team proposed this course, and this course is a survey course that explores theater history, terminology, techniques, acting and directing fundamentals, script analysis, critique writing, and the business of theater. And I read that word for word because I wanted to make sure I got all of it. It really is a broad course that I think many of our students who are excited about musical theater are just lining up to want to take. And again, due to some budget limitations, we won't be able to offer that in 26-27, but excited to be able to bring that on board in 27-28 because it will require additional FTEs. We do not have available music teachers to be able to teach the course right now. Finally, we are renaming a course. So 21st Century World Literature has been credentialed and will now be eligible to earn Hudson Valley credit, and will also count for the Social Justice and Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion SUNY Gen Ed requirements. So students that take this course in high school will have that requirement waived if they attend a SUNY school and earn a high enough grade in the course for it to transfer. And because it counts for that very specific requirement, we have to rename the course to align with Hudson Valley's course name. And that course name will be Multicultural Perspectives in Literature. Here at Shen, it will be known as COLL, Multicultural Perspectives in Literature, to denote on our transcript that it counts for college credit. And it will earn credit for Hudson Valley's English 230 course, which again, counts for that specific gen ed and has been a long-standing course at Shen. We've made some minor adjustments to the curriculum to align with Hudson Valley. Are there any questions?
It's exciting.
I just wanted to say, and I'm lucky that I'm on the IPAC committee, Carla's also on it, but the thing that is just so thrilling and exciting to see, and I think if parents really saw this, on a regular basis, they would just be blown away. It's really that the teachers and you and just the administration is so supportive of really being, tied to the pulse of what's going on with students, what students are interested in, what allows students to be successful for their future endeavors and occupationally, making sure that they're as successful as possible. And the diversity of these offerings, and in particular that introduction to musical theater, is something that you could only hope that, for some students to have an opportunity to take a course like that in high school is amazing. So I just wanna say kudos to all of you. It's just amazing, the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
And piggybacking on what she's been talking about, the theater class, this is, to get involved in theater, there's so many pathways, to get a job from. And theater in itself, entertainment in itself is going through a major change right now, major changes. They're adding more skills to the theater industry, like animation and, that kind of thing. There's so much. And to give the kids the basics to get out there and actually compete with the people who have been practicing for years is just one of the best things you can do for them. And it's a cutting edge kind of situation right now, especially for high schools, to go beyond just having, plays for people to watch a couple times a year. Putting this in and making it a real job offer kind of thing is amazing. And it puts Shen on the map because there aren't that many schools that'll do it. And putting this particular course on the map is gonna be wonderful for the kids. So I just would recommend, please keep this in mind and keep it on the radar so that we can go forward with it.
Good. I'll just remind you that we are, in our capital project, we have some facilities that are going to better support some of these offerings as well. So I think it will all work out to be very well timed with all of the things that we're working towards to create these expanded experiences, which is why we didn't hesitate in allowing it to come forward to IPAC, because we think it's wonderful and it'll give them time to continue to build out what the curriculum looks like and the space that they'll need to execute it well.
All I will say is, good idea to make anatomy and phys full year. As a former biology major, there's no way you could accomplish that in a half year, so yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much.
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, we kinda got off track on our agenda, so I'm gonna go back. So as we were talking about the board vacancy previously, the reason why we had the board vacancy is that, Gusta Miller had resigned in October. You're 8.5 years, so she was 8 years, I think, 8 years on the board. So in doing so, we have a resolution that we give to our board members once they leave the board. So I would like to be able to read it in recognition of Gusta's tenure. I will tell you just a few comments before I do that. Knowing Gusta for some time, she was a fierce protector of this district, and the kids that went, she had 2 that came through. One is a senior in college now, and one just started his journey in college this year. So it's kind of bittersweet. We kind of all started together, and it's kind of hard when one leaves. So anyway, I'll read this. Be it resolved, the Shenendehowa Board of Education offers appreciation and commendation for the time and effort given to the Shenendehowa Central School District by board member Gusta Miller. An individual who has served on the Board of Education for the past 7 years. Is it 8 or 7?
No, it's
okay, 7. It is 7? Okay, you're reading it now. Okay. An individual who has held the office of Vice President for 1 year, an individual who has been a frequent and articulate representative for the Shenendehowa District with the local government and various school and community committees, an individual who has exhibited a strong commitment to the pursuit of excellence for our students and staff, an individual who has been a strong advocate for innovative approaches to utilizing district and community resources, an individual to whom the graduates of Shenendehowa and their families will be forever indebted. Be it resolved that the Board of Education expresses gratitude to Mrs. Miller's family for the sacrifices they have made sharing their wife and mother with the district for the last 7 years. Be it further resolved that this resolution be the only item to appear on a page of the Shenendehowa Central School Board of Education minutes for the meeting of December 16, 2025. So we all signed it, and it is it, so what happened? So we will get this to Gusta. Okay. So with that, we'll move into our, where are we going here? We're going to consent, oh no, we're going to policy, I see Becky coming. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, policies and procedures, first reading. Becky, thank you.
Good evening. Tonight we're presenting policies for first reading that went to policy review in November. And one of the things I'll point out is we have human resource policies, a lot of them that we're reviewing the next few months. This was one of the first rounds. And I want to note, the last policy on the memo, 7570, was one that we added. Supervision of students wandering and elopement. There was some updated changes from SED that came out late, even after we had just recently updated. So we went in and made some of those adjustments. So that's why that one was pulled onto this agenda. Any questions? Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Moving into consent items, we have our treasurer's report. And I have a call for action. Thank you, Naomi. Can I have a second? Carl, second. All in favor? Moves forward. Thank you. Motion moves forward. Okay, moving on we'll do minutes for November 4th and November 18th. Can I have a motion to accept? Mary Colleen is first. Naomi is second. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you so much for combining. Moving into action items. First business item. Approval of emergency replacement MS boiler, a middle school boiler. So we cannot not do this because they're one down. And we're in the winter months. I'm glad that this happened. I'm not glad it happened, but we found it quickly and on top of it and moving forward. So can I?
And it was approved by the voters.
So can I have a motion? Naomi is first. Mary Colleen is second. Any comments? All in favor? Motion passes. Number 2, bids, both groceries, 2, and recaps tires and tire-related services. Pretty straightforward, what we need, coming from transportation. And the other piece, can I get a motion? Mary Colleen is first, Carla second. Any comments?
Yes, I'd like to ask, because I just don't know how this will work out. With all the information, some can be discarded, some things can go to auction, some things could be acceptable to other areas, maybe we don't even donate it. Is there any chance with any of that the board can get sort of a report on what happens to all of these items?
So that's the third item I'm gonna talk about. We haven't voted, we aren't there yet, so we'll be right there, but good question, good comment. So, okay. Naomi, can I get a moment?
Oh,
did I?
You did.
I did,
We're
no
just all in
comments,
favor,
okay,
yeah.
all in favor? All right, motion passes, that's number 2. Oh, fly, where did that come from? Okay, 3, disposal of obsolete furniture, equipment, and textbooks. As you can see, there is a list of things that we go through. We make sure that there is no need. I'm sure Barb Salaker could get her hands in there and repurpose, we would, and we do it with a lot of things, but some things need to go. So, there is our list, and can I get a motion? Mary Colleen is first, Naomi is second, go ahead.
But, so
is there a way to?
So I'm moving that,
Yeah.
that comment
So
down.
this list,
This is
right.
the list. Would we be able to get a report on what happened and maybe if we got to sell any or, got it from an auction or, just to find out what we've done. That's all.
You asked that question. The only thing that I always think about is when we sell the buses, It's like how successful are we at doing that? And, I always wonder, where are we with that? And so it would be good to have that too.
Be part of the report,
Yeah.
It's part of the problem with, not a problem with the buses, we have to get rid of them because of state rules. There's our rules, and we can only run them up to so many miles and all that. But other organizations don't have those rules, and so they could use the buses, so that it's possible that some would go to the auction and grab onto a few.
Okay, awesome, we did vote, yeah.
Yep, and we haven't done all in favor.
Did we do an all in favor? We did, Vanessa shake her head. Okay.
We did do an all in favor.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Thank God, if she's right in my peripheral, that she can help me. All right, number 4, NARIC coordination fee approval. This it's a gift that keeps on giving, because it wasn't included in the original, so it was not included on the 10/21/25, but will need to be done for the fee, so that is what we have. Can I get a motion?
Oh, sorry.
Naomi's first. Carlos second. Any comments?
Cross-contract fee?
No, it should be a cross contract.
No, okay. That's what threw me with this one, okay. No other comments?
All in favor? Motion passes. And then, the New York purchase that we use, that we work, the consortium with BOCES, elementary Chromebooks, and the other piece, which was, there's Chromebooks and another one.
Yeah, where
Wireless clocks, yes, okay. So again, separated, the purchase, can I get a motion? Naomi's first, Carlos second. Any comments? All in favor? Motion passes. Scholarships and local grant donations, so a nice one going to Tasago this time and a few others, so with gratitude, it's good stuff. Can I get a motion? Mary Colleen is first, Carlos second.
I have just one question. Yeah. What is the second one from Tasago, what is that for?
But I'd have to find out.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one,
Mhm.
that's,
Okay. All in favor? Motion passes. And then the seventh is a special education, Riverside Insights. Here's the memo. That was a late entry. I don't know if you wanted to speak to it at all, but it's pretty straightforward. 3-year subscription.
This was just to ensure that we could secure the subscription at the current year's prices. Many of you know, prices go up as soon as we get into January. And our subscription actually expires in January. So that's to move us forward to secure that price.
Thank you. Can I get a motion? Naomi's first, Carlos second. Any other comments? All in favor? Motion passes. Okay. And who's doing the special ed tonight?
different hat.
Code switcher.
Yeah.
So before you tonight, you have some updated numbers for the special education department, and you also have in front of you just shy of 200 students who have been evaluated or seen in front of the CPSE or the CSE teams to make recommendations for services or whether they're eligible or not.
Any comments for Mrs. McKay? Thank you. Can I get a motion? Carlos first, Naomi second. All in favor? Motion passes, thank you. Mrs. Leah with the staffing
Staffing
recommendation.
agenda, yes. So staffing agenda, I just would like to point out that we have 2 retirements with appreciation. One for Lori Barnum, who was with the district for 21 years, and one for Brian Pacelli, who was with the district for 29 years, for a total of 50 years.
All right, any questions or comments for Mrs. Galea? Can I have a motion? Hi, we'll go to Mary Kelly in a second. Mary Kelly's first, Naomi second. Congratulations to their Part B, Lori and Brian. I wish them many years of success past Shenendehowa. All in favor? Motion passes, thank you.
With regret.
With regret.
We also have a second item under personnel, which is a MOA for cook manager.
Okay. I didn't see it either.
So,
Was it late or no? Did I miss?
This was,
That's also.
should have been, it was also addressed in the Friday bulletin.
It was, okay. Cool. That's all, okay.
I guess, well, that was part of the problem too, because all the links, yeah, okay, that's why I missed this one. Can you tell us what this is really quick?
Yes, it is to address the cook managers in Sousa, who had their negotiation last year, and went back and looked at their rate because it was not considered as a part of that original process.
Gee, it is coming back to me. Okay.
Can I get a motion? Naomi's first, Carlos second. All in favor? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jenny, thanks. Second reading,
second reading being presented. We presented first reading last month, and these were policies that went to policy review in October. At that time, when I presented for first reading, I also did remind people that policy 5682 really now incorporates the new regulation regarding cardiac response teams and cardiac emergency response teams, and we are updating our information to reflect that. And we will have everything in place for January as expected.
And this was the one that was discussed at the SABE meeting?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
It was the one,
Yes.
okay.
Yep. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion? I need a motion, that's what I just said.
Oh, that's
Now-
right.
Now am I not, now I'm just not saying anything. Naomi's first. Ready, Colleen, a second. All in favor? Motion passes, thank you. All right, that brings us to the good of the order. So I just have two quick things that I did want to say tonight real quick. I love this, I love the full newsletter, I think it's so well done. Good job, Brooke. And it's something we hadn't done before. What I don't, it wasn't, at least it wasn't called the fall newsletter, so, appreciate it. I just like seeing new stuff, so I think it was very well done. And it doesn't go on and on, it captures it, it says it, and then moves on, so.
Is it,
Very good.
This is obviously paper form, so is it going out also, or is it just on the website, or?
It was mailed.
You should get it, man.
Yeah, but it goes to everybody, like a resident.
Because that was one of the biggest things I was waiting for from last year when I said, well, where's the information? So this is wonderful, I'm really thrilled with it.
It is
Snapshots
something
and
that's been done in the
highlights.
past.
Yep, oh, it is, okay, just not fall newsletter, was it called the fall newsletter?
It was, I just don't think in recent years, but maybe 2 or
Okay.
3 years ago.
All
we
right,
got
that's
it.
fine, all right.
First time in color though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's fine. So it's very well done.
Well done.
I know,
Something is different. But it is available on the website?
Not yet, I'll
Not
post
yet.
it. I didn't know,
Okay.
I didn't know people got it in their mailboxes yet, so I'll post it on the website. As soon as I need to see that.
well done. The other thing I wanted to do, and again, it's the emotion piece of the holidays. Last night at the football banquet, again, Cecily went up to say a few words and doesn't say a lot, not up there for hours, but just with the gratitude and the harmonious comments and just bringing everybody together. I just wanted to thank you, because I walked away from that tears in my eye when you were talking. So, it's just wonderful. You did just a great job, and I heard that from several other people that went, so.
It's,
Good job.
those things are the highlights, to be able to celebrate our kids, so
Great
thank
job. Oh, Andrea did, and that Booster Club did an amazing job. That was like going to a party.
you.
It's too bad she's not here.
I know. Anyway, Carla? Anything?
No, I said my
You
piece.
do, I
In many ways.
It's like
Yeah,
Maddie.
Maddie?
I forgot to add this during the previous time, but as I think we came up here during November, the Senate is still asking for a board review on policy 7225, which designates which clubs and organizations get cords and medals for graduation. We would like to have a conversation about the regulations on which clubs and organizations get to have those cords and medals and how that process is determined. Thank you.
Does it also extend to the high schoolers that are part of the PTSA?
So I think that's what would be helpful, Maddie, and I will circle back with Mr. A, because you do have some high school administrators who sit on Senate with you all, right, who attend your meetings. What would be helpful is a recommendation, so our board review, our policy review process is a process. So just as you heard Ms. Carmen say that we have a lot of HR policies, so right now the HR department reviews all the policies, makes new recommendations, and then those come to the policy committee. So I'll speak to Mr. A about how the Senate can do something similar and make a recommendation for the policy committee to review. Okay?
Great comment.
That's good stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Those two, the mascot and that.
Mhm.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go.
I got you. Mascot's kicking off on Friday, so I'm excited about that.
So,
Did I not? Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, as far as my comment, I just wanna, also echo with what Cecily said, wishing everybody, you know, I do love this time, even though it's a very hectic time of year, but we sort of crave this craziness ourselves. But I also look forward to the quiet and calm. Nice job on the snow day, excellent. I mean, I've got a lot of really positive feedback. People really appreciated the heads up, and you know, with small kids, if you have to go to work, you need advance notice, and people really appreciated that. But I also look forward to this time of the year for just stopping as well, and just taking a breath and enjoying the calm. And it's coming, you know, I feel like it's coming because there is a stop, and I will stop, and I just hope everyone else, whether you're traveling or you're staying home, I just wish you that time to just stop and just enjoy quiet and calm. And January will be here before we know it. It's gonna be, I'm having a hard time clearing my throat tonight, sorry. It's just gonna be, you know, it's gonna fly by the blink of an eye, but just wanted to wish everyone all the best.
Same to you. Listening
Thank
and
you.
Taking it all in, but same to you.
Yes. And I'll see you back next year. I'll probably see all of you a little bit sooner because of this other stuff that's going on, these other big rocks, but for everyone else.
And I'm just gonna jump in really quickly, I'm not gonna hold anybody up, but I was lucky enough to be part of the tour of Atria, last week, and it's spectacular. It's really a super exciting space, and I just can't believe how great it's gonna be. So, and I have personal, you know, I used to work in that building, so I have a different view of it a little bit, and I think I even have more appreciation for the level of work that's happening in there. So, great work, been phenomenal, tons of people doing really fantastic work.
We will schedule our tour, reschedule our tour.
Yeah.
Soon. Vanessa, I'm trusting there's no other public comments, right? No public comments, looking out, okay. From there, I wish everybody a great holiday season, stay warm, and have a great night. Thank you so much. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Naomi's first, Carlos second, all in favor? Let's go.